Okay, so like a lot of people, I watch the news, and by doing such, obviously, I form opinions about certain things. And I used to write down my opinions in like blogs and such, and then have like my friends read it because we don't always, take the time to talk about things like what's on the news. I mean, generally when we're together, we're out having fun, partying, whatever. So it gave me an opportunity to kind of discuss those things with them. But now I have a camera, and I decided it might be better if I did some of those discussion type things just like this instead of doing it in text, because sometimes you kind of miss nuances, or it's kind of harder to explain something through text than just talking. So I'm going to do that right now and try to explain my opinion on certain things. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and mine alone. If you agree with them, that's fine, and if you don't, I quite frankly don't care. If you're easily offended by people with opinions opposing your own, I highly suggest you lighten the hell up. All sarcastic and condescending remarks are made for the purpose of my entertainment and possibly yours. If you at any time during the video feel that I am making personal attacks against you or your opinion, seek immediate psychological aid, as you may suffer from some form of severe paranoia. Well, now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about immigration. Many people are saying that Mexican immigrants are taking away jobs from hard-working American citizens. But what jobs exactly are they taking? The truth is, most of the jobs that they're taking are jobs that most people don't want. Now, some people may take the job, but most of them won't because the pay just isn't there. Now, part of the problem is that the Mexican workers work for less than what an American would work for because they don't, require minimum wage. But wait a minute. Are you saying that if we actually made it legal for them to come into this country, that they would pay taxes and work for minimum wage, so everyone would be on an equal playing field? Well, no, not exactly equal. I mean, you would speak English and they wouldn't, so that would probably be a slight advantage to you. But otherwise, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but if we let all the Mexicans in, there's just going to be too many of them, and they'll drain all of our resources. I mean, if you just you can't just bring in new people. If you bring in new people, they're going to take all the money and the resources, and it's all just going to be gone. Well, not exactly. You see, that's the funny thing about economics. When new people move into an area and start, doing work and making money, they don't eat the money. They actually go to the store and spend it. So although they spend all day picking, like fruit in the field, they then go to the grocery store, which you work at or own, and buy that very same fruit that they just picked back. They also need places to live, sleep, toilet paper. I mean, they just require resources, which they spend the money they make on. Okay, all right. I think I understand. They're not actually a drain on the economy as such, because whatever basically they take out or make in wages, they put back in. Well, wait now, not exactly. What do you mean? Well, as some people will tell you, not all of them pay taxes. Some do, but not all. Aha! So they are a drain on the economy. Well, again, not so fast. The thing is that taxes go to pay for things like, roads and Social Security and things like that. Now, a lot of them can't really afford to drive on the roads, so they're not really, using that anyway. So they, paying for it would kind of be, unnecessary. And as they're illegal, they don't have a Social Security number, so they shouldn't be able to tap into American Social Security money. So there's no real need for them to put into it because they'll never get anything out of it. Okay, well, but what about the criminals? I heard that some criminals come across the border illegally like that, and then they stay in this country, and we don't need more criminals. Well, that's also true in part. Some are. But again, not all of them. And as far as that goes, we have plenty of criminals who cross our border into their country as well. So it's kind of a give-take program thing we have going on there. Okay, but what about a wall? I heard that we could just build a wall, and wouldn't that keep all of them out along with the criminals? Yes, I'm sorry. Wall. Yes, a wall. A wall that goes all the way across the Mexican-U.S. border. Yeah. The U.S.-Mexican border is over 1,950 miles long. That's really freaking big. Yeah, but we're the U.S. We're rich, right? I mean, we can build a wall. Okay, I'm gonna... Alright. It's not so much about building the wall. We probably could do that, as expensive as it would be. But here's the thing about building a wall that long. Who the hell is going to patrol it? You can't tell me that no opportunistic farmer is going to be driving along and drop rope ladders down to Mexicans willing to pay him $5 each to get into our country. We could make it a really big wall? Yeah, sure, we could do that. Okay, like here's the plan. Alright, we got, see, like here's Mexico, and like here's us, and then we got like this big wall here. Hi, yeah, Berlin. And then like there's like guard towers and guys with guns, and then like landmines on both sides. So it's like even if they get over, they can't get anywhere. And then like there's like a moat full of like lava and crocodiles. Yeah, do you guys still make walls? And the crocodiles could have guns. Yeah. Could you get me on the line with China? And they could like, yeah. So, in short, no. Let's do some math. The Mexican-U.S. border is just over 1,950 miles long. So if we were to assume that only one guard is posted every mile for the length of the wall, that would still require a minimum of 1,950 guards on duty at any given time. Assuming that each of these guards makes $7.50 an hour, that's a minimum of $14,625 an hour just to maintain patrol of the U.S.-Mexican border. And when multiplied out, that's over $351,000 a day. And if you think that's bad, consider the fact that over a year, it would add up to over $128 million just to maintain the border. Also, don't forget to take into account the fact that they could take boats through, the Gulf of Mexico around the wall, and that to build the wall itself would cost a substantial amount of money. And don't discount the fallibility of human guards, as I'm sure there'd be more than a few of them willing to look the other way in exchange for some cash incentive. So in summary, there basically is no real cost-efficient way you're going to be able to keep everyone out of our country. In fact, I don't think there really is a way, cost-effective or not, short of, nuking Mexico, which I advise against, by the way. But short of that, you really don't have much for options. You have option one, which is just to try to fight it like we've been doing and dump tons and tons of money down an endless pit where you're just never going to accomplish anything. Or you have option two, which is basically to accept the fact that these people want to get into this country and they're going to find a way in. And your best bet is to basically make it easier for them to get into this country legally with papers so that they're paying taxes, they learn English, and they're making minimum wage like everyone else, which will kind of suck for some of the farmers who have gotten used to paying them less. I understand that, but then these people can't complain that they're stealing jobs because guess what? They speak English like you, they're registered just like you, and they're not making any, they're not working for less than you. So you have no excuse. In fact, you'll still be an advantage because you're probably still going to speak English better than they are. So that's really the only option, the way I see it. That would be, other than, like I said, just wasting money, like, as far as I'm concerned, we have been doing. So, that's my opinion on it. Agree with it. Don't. I don't care. It's out there for you. And that's it. Take care.